Hell nah, I ain't sleep today, but I'ma be okay. Miss my family on the east, but fuck it, I can't.
What is up, YouTube? Zuki-M1 here, and I am back with a brand new YouTube video. Today I'm bringing you guys a League of Legends video of me playing Kindred in the jungle. So today I was playing with my friend Mubsy, or Piers, one of my good friends. We play a lot of League together and things like that. He was bot lane support, and he had started the game a little late, and so his ADC did get killed by Jin at first blood. So I'm playing with the lethal Tempo with Kindred for season 8 preseason. I think this was my first game playing with her this season. I'm not exactly sure, but I knew for a fact that I really wanted to get around to messing around with this. I knew I either wanted to go lethal Tempo, or I wanted to start off with playing with press the attack. Just do a comparison between the two, which one sticks harder and things like that, which one I feel is more effective with her kit and things like that. So right now I have one stack on my marks. I was able to pick up the Scuttle Crab, and right now I'm trying to figure out which lane should I go around to gank. I see that they're applying a lot of pressure in the bot lane, so I do want to eventually map my way down there. So as I'm heading down towards the bot lane, I see that the Zed is pushing really hard. Now I don't know if he had a ward or not. I mean, as you guys can see, he did have a ward, but I didn't know that, so I come towards for the gank, and he tries to reinitiate the fight onto me. The Ahri lands her E, and we are able to pick up the kill on the Zed right here. So that was good coordination on the Ahri part. If she would not have responded as quickly as she did, that could have been really bad for me, because the Zed did know I was coming, so he could have killed me right there in that exchange. So right now I'm going to just clear the Raptors and then head back to base. These little guys gave me a little bit more trouble than I would have had liked to admit it, to be honest. I do kill them, but they do reset for some of them, which is really sad. Yeah, so they did reset on me, which was a little disheartening, but whatever, you know. The Vi at this time is just now finishing up some of her camps as well, so we're about even right now. I don't know if she heads back as well when I head back, but I head back so I can start building pieces to the jungle items, so I can try to take advantage of the little gold that I just got from the gank on Zed and the camps that I just cleared. So I see that the river has the Scuttle Crab marked, which is really good, because you really hope when you're starting the game off as Kindred, you want to hope that it marks the jungle creatures, particularly of course it's going to mark the jungle creatures. Particularly like Scuttle Crab. You want them to mark the Scuttle Crab because that's even game, right? Like, you or that jungler could fight against it. And what I like to do as a Kindred player is mark the enemy jungler. So as you can see, I have Vi marked. So she just successfully ganked bot lane, right? So she should be low. If she's trying to counter jungle me, which she is doing right here, she's going to try to go for the mark. So if I kill her, which I'm about to do right here, it gives me a mark on her, and then if I kill the Scuttle Crab, I get another mark, which is essentially 2 marks for 1. Now, it did cost me the bot lane, so Vi does have 2 kills on me, and I have 1 kill and 1 assist, but I gained 3 marks in total, which means I get the additional attack range from her passive, which is really, really good for me in that situation. So right now I'm currently trying to clear out a couple more camps before heading out back to base. Bot lane is in a neutral standpoint right now. The Jin is very strong right now, as you guys saw a little bit earlier. He is 2-0, so he has a very strong lead on my bot lane right now. And it's a little, I'm not flaming my teammates, because it doesn't really do me any good to flame my teammates at this point in time. If someone is having a bad game, right, it doesn't never do you any good to flame them. All it does is just really hinders them from being able to play their game. So I didn't know, but the Vi was in here trying to counter jungle me, So when I come towards my red buff, I see her there, so I initially start the fight with her. Now she smited me on accident trying to smite my red buff. I smite my red buff just to make sure she couldn't get it. Now instead of going for the Vi, I decided not to go that way because the Zed was coming, and I decided to mark the Scuttle Crab to tell them like, hey, my mark is on the Scuttle Crab. Make sure nobody tries to come over here and gank me. So the Ari does come. She does make sure that nobody's over there. So this is an easy another mark for me, which is my 4th mark. Once you get your 4th mark, you get another thing within your passive, and at every time after your 4th mark, every 3 marks after your 4th mark, you get additional range, and it also increases like your passive damage on other abilities and things like that. So I pick up the blue buff right here, and I think I head back. As you guys can see, the Jin is still murdering the bot lane right now. He is having a really good time down there, which is going to make this match a lot more difficult because the Jin is having a really good game, and the Vi isn't having too bad of a game either. The only people that I have right now that are actively working to make sure that I don't get killed is the Ari and the Nar. Now the Zed does come because you see his Vi coming in for the game. I see her out of position, and because I have the additional range, it was an easy kill for me to pick up right there. So I tried to initiate another fight with the Zed, but he does disengage. The Ari does take a hint and just leaves because she doesn't want to run the risk of getting killed by the Zed. So I decide to damage the turret just a little bit, put some damage on it. Plus, I also want to try to see if he can get him out. So I did take those 2, the double Qs and things like that. Just trying to get him from under his turret and things like that. I don't know if he believes that I'm going to go chase after him, so I don't. He does not leave here. He decides to stay. No, he actually does leave. Okay. Huh, then that's interesting. I remember me dying under the turret trying to kill him, but I guess I wasn't in this scene. Sorry guys, spoiler alerts. Anywho, so I see that the mark was on her crabs right here, so I just smite it, and I get another mark. So that's my 5th mark now, and yeah, and I stole 70 gold away from Vi. So yeah, it pays to make sure you take advantage of the little warding flower. Now I come up here for the gank on Warrior. Warrior is a little bulky, but he does manage to get away from us with his flash. So we wasn't able to get the kill right there, unfortunately. I do end up leaving. I ward this tri-brush to make sure that he doesn't get ganked. Oh nope, never mind. I see the Vi go up there to go fight against him. But she turns it back around, so I decided to either go mid to try to see if they need me, or to go back. So I see the Vi show her face. I go over and I start a fight with her. Now she's going to activate her ultimate and pretty much just try to kill me. But she doesn't successfully get the kill off on me. Now I am about like 30% health, and the Zed again is about 30% health as well. So I try to make the call: do I go towards bot lane to try to stop this, to stop the Jin from being able to murder my bot lane anymore, or do I go top to try to, go back into the enemy jungler to grab that that wolf? I decided to grab the Jin because he's a bigger threat, and plus it'd be worth more gold for me in the long run. So I do pick up the kill right there, and I try to get the thrash, but I think he flashes away from us. No, he just out of range. So I do go over there towards the wolves that is marked on her map. I try to walk towards that direction, which was initially going to base. Then I remembered that her was marked, and I think I saw her walk towards the other side of the river, so I didn't have to worry about her coming to get me right away. Now she is heading in that direction right now, and as you can see, the Zed is also heading in that direction. So when I start on the wolves, I do end up getting the wolves right here, and I had to pop my ultimate, and I would have been able to live had I did, if I mean, I don't know, there possibly wouldn't have been no way out of that, actually. In all actuality, there was no way around that. Now, I tried to kill Divide here at least, but I wasn't able to get the last auto attack off on her, so she get away with her life right there. It's a little dissatisfying, but you know, it is what it is. I'm 4-1 right now. The Vi is 2-3, and the Jin is 6-1. So that's really scary right now. The only death that he has was due to me. So their team is really strong right now. So I have to figure out as a jungler, how do I slow him down or try to get him to stop completely? So I'm looking at my build and I'm trying to figure out what's the best course for me to take. So I decided to start building my Infinity Edge. So I do pick up the BF Blade right here, I believe. And so I have the BF Blade and the cooldown hammer to help decrease some of that cooldown on my abilities and stuff like that. Because you do want to pop your ultimate more often to make sure that Zed isn't able to get away with just pressing R on you. You're going to see a little bit in this video, Zed just outright just missing every single one of his abilities. But because he pressed R and Ignite, I die. 2 abilities that he's guaranteed to hit no matter what he does. So right here, I made a mistake. I tried to gank the Jin, but I got hooked by the Thresh. Now, I was so worried about the Jin that I wasn't thinking about the Thresh, and because I wasn't thinking about the Thresh, he was able to successfully stop me from being able to kill the Jin. So that ended up giving him more of a gold lead on me. So because I'm the only one on the team really that's worth any type of gold, he was able to pick up a lot on me. So right now the Zed is getting kicked in his teeth by the Ahri, which is a really good thing because again, like I said before, the pressure is really on me to try to carry this match because bot lane is off to such a bad start. Both of them are 0-5 at this moment. Neither of them, well no, sorry. Mubsy has 1 kill, so he's 1-5, while the Draven is 0-5. So as a jungler, that's really difficult for me to try to even think about wanting to go down there to their lane because they're so far behind. And I'm trying to figure out how can I try to fight against that fed laner, me as the jungler. Because if, say for instance, Vi does come down there, that's 3v3, but 2 of them aren't strong enough to be considered a whole person right now. Because again, Lux doesn't have any damage, nor does Draven because they're both so far behind. So I ended up going top lane because I hadn't been there yet. So I started fighting against him, and we do pick up the kill right there, which was really good for us. So I'm 5-2 right now. So I'm walking towards mid lane because I was close enough to the area, and I decided to go towards the wolves. I do see the Vi right here, so I do start the fight. She does try to go back onto me, and I take her right there. Now I tried to get the Zed because he had no health, and I do get him, but I thought my ultimate would prevent me from dying to the turret. But apparently Kindred's ultimate does not work like Trinimir's ultimate. So for future references, guys, never turret dive with Kindred, period, because you cannot survive unless you have just way too much health and you wouldn't die. I thought my ultimate would have protected me, so I assumed because my ultimate would have been able to protect me, I could have survived. Now right here, the Jin is able to kill the Draven again, making him 7-1 now, I believe. No, 9-1, and that made him 10-1 right there. Now, again, he's really super low. No, he's 11-1. Sorry. Now he's super low right here, and I did try to pick up the kill, but he does heal. Now he does manage to get the shot and then the lock, and because of the thresh again, he was able to kill me. So now I'm 7-3. Which is not good for me because I need to be able to make sure that I keep a strong gold lead to make sure that I can try to prevent Jin from snowballing in this match. So I mark him, so if I do kill him, I'm able to get not only a mark but a huge gold advantage. So I'm going to get a mark and gold advantage for killing him. Now Divide does go top lane to try to pick up a kill on the Gnar. The Gnar was able to get out of that situation, and then the Jin was able to pick up another kill on the Draven, making him even further behind. And he does pick up another kill on the Lux right there. So now he's 14-1. Now he does underestimate me right there, and I'm able to pick up the kill on him. And because I have the blue smite, I'm able to pick up the kill on the Thresh. So he is 14-2, and I am 9-4. So there's a huge gold difference. He has 105 CS, I have 67 CS. The Vi has more CS than me right now, which is really not good because he's even further behind me with 4 deaths. So that means that she's been able to prioritize more of her farm than I have recently. So I should be at either 9, no, I'm at 7 or 8 stacks right now. When I get 2 more marks, I'm going to be able to receive additional attack range and more stats into my W and E, which is always good for me. Oh, and also it gives me more stuff into my Q, blade arrows. Q, okay, it's something where it's something called arrows. I know Kindred's kid, I just don't know what the names of them are. Sorry guys. So I do head back towards the top lane to try to prevent the Warrior from being able to shove the lane. But then I was like, well, the Rift Herald won't be around for too much longer. It's 18 minutes, and he does disappear at 20 minutes exactly. So I had to make sure that I grab him. Plus, he got marked by my passive. So if I pick him up, that'll be my 9th mark, which is really good for me right here. I do have Vi marked again because he's just an easy pick for me. So I do pick up my 9th mark right here. And the Oreo was not able to get he was not able to get top lane's turret. So I do end up grabbing the Scuttle Crab just to get some more gold and try to get a little bit more of a lead over on the Vi. And so I do catch the Vi out here, and she almost kills me successfully, but I do pop my ultimate, and I do manage to crit her and then auto attack her no matter her attack range and get the kill on her. So now she's 2-5. And I am 10-4. I summoned the Rift Herald to try to help me push the top lane out. So with Warrior just now dying to the Gnar, that means that top lane is defenseless and there's nobody there to stop me from pushing. So I shove the lane out. I get the wave right up here, and the Scuttle Crab just the Rift Herald pretty much just basically picks up that turret for me. So I'm just gonna focus on killing the minions right now. So I do manage to pick up the turret from the Rift Herald's help, and I'm just shoving. So I see the ward comes out, so I know it's somebody coming over. Now, as you saw, the Zed missed both his Qs and everything else, but because he was able to land his R and his Ignite, I died. He did manage to get an E in there too, but it was really just the R and the Ignite. Those two alone was able to probably do like maybe 500, 600 damage. And Kindred isn't the most healthiest champion. I mean, she is an ADC. So because she's an ADC, she's not going to be racking up that much health. So, I mean, 900 to 700 damage to an ADC is more than enough to kill them before like level, I want to say level 12, level 13 or anything. I am level 12 now, but I wasn't at full health anyway, so that would have been probably just enough to kill me, which is why I had died the moment he finished his ultimate. So I do end up going down bot just because I see that the minion wave is pushing it in, and plus I need some more CS. So then I started making my way towards mid lane. Now I'm normally not this active in fights. I do not like to be this active in fights. I like to focus more on objectives and trying to make sure that we focus on things like that. Now I do manage to get a fight right here. Now I popped my ultimate just to make sure that the Jin wasn't able to kill me with his crit. So I do pick up the kill on both of them, and I do get my mark right there on the Thresh. So that puts me at 12 marks right now. And so that means I have over 100 additional range, which is why maybe the auto attacks are so far away now. So right now I should be at least 14-5, I believe, and I am slowly starting to try to turn this game around for my team. Again, As you guys saw, this is our first, that top turret that I took was the first turret that we ended up getting. Now, I go top lane right up here to go fight against Oreo. Now, the Oreo did try to get away from me, but I do have enough damage to be able to 1v1 him like that. He does almost manage to kill me, but we do get him right there. So I am 15-5, 95 CS, so I do have more CS than the Vi now. And I just leave to make sure that I can take advantage of the gold lead. I did finish my IE, as you guys can see. I do have my Warrior's Blade from my jungle item, and now I'm trying to finish up my Phantom Dancer. The Phantom Dancer is going to help out tremendously against the Zed, because that's going to prevent him from being able to do a lot of extra damage onto me, because it reduces his damage by 12% from me. Majority of the time I'm probably going to be able to auto attack him first before he's able to get into his kit against me, because he's melee range, so I won't have to worry about too much of that. Now the Ahri is having an okay game. She is 2-4, and the Gnar is 3-2. So my teammates aren't doing the worst, but they're not doing the best either. So it's really a testimony to how strong Lethal Tempo is on Kindred. Now right here, right, this is a really big play. Now I got caught out of position. I popped my ultimate because the Zed does go on me. But because he didn't have his R and he messed up most of his abilities, he's vulnerable. So I'm able to get the kill on the Zed. And because the Warrior had messed up his dash and his knockup with his ultimate, we were able to kill both of them. Now the Ahri isn't good in terms of her KDA, but she's good in terms of being able to assist me with getting being knowledgeable of the map, paying attention to things that are happening around her. For instance, when I had ganked her lane earlier against the Zed, I could have died because if she wasn't paying attention, then I would have died, and then I would have been highly upset because that would have put me behind because I tried to gank her lane and she wasn't paying attention. And there's another example of I was able to kill all three of them because of the fact that she paid attention and she assisted me to help me be able to focus on somebody who would not have been able to kill me otherwise. So now I am 17-5. I have 114 CS, so I have even more of a further CS, and I have more kills than the Jin right now, which is really good because that means that I should potentially have more gold than him, potentially. So I make my way towards mid lane right now because they are pushing. They did end up scoring a kill on my Ahri right here. So I'm trying to stay at a safe position, and luckily because of Kindred's passive, I'm able to attack from a really far distance. I did get scooped up by the Thresh hook. Now I did pop my ultimate only thinking that the Zed would have waited, but he used his ultimate after I popped my ultimate. So by the time my ultimate is down, he'll be able to get the full advantage of his ultimate because I won't be able to block that damage anymore. So he did do his correctly, but they're not able to push because they only have 2 tanks. And so they pretty much lost all their pushing power from that fight. The Vi just managed to come back up, so she's able to stop top lane from being pushed in by the top lane wave that I had shoved in earlier, because nobody is up there. The Oreo is with his team at all times for team fights and things like that nature, so nobody is there to help shove out the wave. So the Vi does go up there to go help shove out the wave and clear her scuttles, her crubs, and I am now 18-6. So right now I'm in a really weird position, right? My teammates do not have any gold, and both my bot laners are almost useless at this point. They're both 0-10. So it's really difficult for me to be able to try to carry these guys. But I do manage to give him a kill right there. I did have to pop my ultimate, and the Jin did not walk into my ultimate, so he wasn't able to stop that. Now here's the problem right here. I did end up getting caught out of my ultimate, so it didn't help me right there. I did manage to get killed. Now, fortunately, 2 of my teammates were able to make things happen right there. Now, they did manage to get the Thresh, and they do manage to get this turret before they're able to die. So they made some pretty impressive plays right there, especially seeing how far behind they were. So I have about 30 CDR right now, and I have 20 crit damage from the I have 20% crit from the critical edge, and then I have, I think, 30% from the Phantom Dancer. So I have 50% crit, 30% CDR, and I think I built the what is that? Dang, the Death Dance. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name, guys. I end up building the Death Dance to be able to, you know, have more CD and have life steal and things like that. So I do rush this Baron because no one is nearby, and it would be ideal for us to pick this up. So I do pick up the Baron right there. They don't oppose, I mean, they don't stop us, so that was an easy Baron for us to pick up. Now, they do get into a fight right here. I do want to make sure I focus the Vi because she got the mark on her. Now, I did pop my ultimate here just to make sure that I didn't die to the Z ultimate, and because I didn't die to the Z ultimate, I would have survived, but because the rest of my team had already left, we wasn't able to fight the rest of that out. The Gnar and the Ahri, the two that I needed to be there in that team fight, wasn't there, and I didn't. That was my fault for not paying attention that those two had already had left. If I did not see them leave, then I would not have fought that. But because I didn't see them, I fought that and I died. So I'm 20-2 right now, and I do mark the Jhin. Now I mark the Jhin because he's the biggest priority right now. He is 16-6. And he is able to one-shot most of the team right now. So me as the most fastest person on the team, I have to make sure that I do my part to make sure that that the Jhin isn't getting out of control, if that makes sense, and make sure that he is able to be in a position where we can keep him contained. Because he is 16-6, so that means he's able to do a lot of damage and a lot of there's not too much people can do against him to stop him. So I did try to pick up the Zed right there, but the Mubsy, my boy Pierce, he was able to snipe up that guy. Now I tried to dash through the creek like if you were playing Echo, but it doesn't work with Kindred. So I do end up picking up the Oreo right here. I had to jump around a lot, but we do pick him up. Then I end up marking the Thresh right there, so I pick up the double kill. And then I end up pushing down mid lane. Now we ended up grabbing the second tier turret of mid lane, and we have the second tier turret of top lane. And as you guys can see, my bot lane is 1-12, and my other lane, Mubsy, my boy, he is 1-12 as well. So I do end up picking up the kill on the Vi right here because he was out of position. And because he was out of position, I was able to kill her right there. So we pick up the third tier mid lane turret. Now I go off to the side because I do believe I have the Jhin still marked. So my boy Mubsy, he does pick up the snare right there, which gives me the kill on the Jhin. So that gave me my additional mark, which now I am at 17 marks. So that's really good. At this point, you're pretty much untouchable with Kindred, as you guys will see in a second. So I do mark the Oreo. No, I marked the Zed. So the Zed does come over here, and I'm able to go on to him and pick up the kill, but I do die in the process as well. Now, I picked up a lot of kills right there. So I picked up a lot of gold and a lot of gold from the turrets and the minions that I had to go through. So I am at a really good position in terms of gold wise. Now, as you guys can keep seeing consistently, the only people that are left are their tanks, the Thresh and the Oreo. Those are the only two that I'm not able to successfully focus my time on, and because I'm not able to focus my time onto them, they're able to be the last few that are alive. But because those two are the only two that are alive, they're not able to shove the wave anymore. Now, as you guys can see, my team is trying to start a fight here. They're able to start initiating something onto the Thresh, but the Draven doesn't have any energy right now, and the Thresh does end up managing to get really, really low after that. So I try to run towards mid lane as quickly as possible to make sure I get there as soon as I can to help keep my team in a winning position. Because as you guys can see, the kill difference isn't that much. We have more turrets now, but we're down by 2 kills. And the gold difference is way higher in our advantage, as you guys can see. We have 60k gold, and they only have 58k gold. So we're doing really, really well in terms of being able to close the gap. Now, I do see the Jin out of position. I do go on to him. He flashes, but I'm able to dash over the wall right here to pick him up. He didn't know that my range is really ridiculous right now because of my passive. So I do manage to kill both of them. Now, again, here's another situation of the Vi almost killing me. My EA was not up at the moment, so boom, I kill her. Now, with all 3 of the damage dead, the only people that's left is the tank. Now, the tank can't do any damage to me, and he's melee, so he's not going to be able to do much of anything. So that was an easy pickup for me right there. He did do quite a bit of damage on me, but there wasn't too much problem. Then I end up grabbing their mid turret right there, and I do manage to kill Distress right here. Now, if I would have had stopped focusing him here, I could have focused more into the turret, managed to pick up the turret, and then managed to pick up the this. And also, if I would have used my ultimate better, because I do end up dying here, but I do manage to get the Zed. So the Zed does jump onto me. He missed all his abilities again, the usual. He pressed R, he pressed Ignite, he kills me. Whoop-de-doo, and then I die. But because I was able to shove the turrets that much, he wasn't able to stop me from being able to close out this game for my team. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. But this is Zuki M1, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.